Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to The Why Teacher. As promised, we are moving forward with the Bloom's taxonomy and understanding the different thinking levels. Last time we talked about remembering and the importance of memory, semantic and episodic, in the learning process. Today we are going to look at understanding and application and how that can help teachers frame better questions inside the classroom and help children apply knowledge that they have learned. So let's look at understanding and application. So let's look at understanding. Let's say that you're teaching them about a story and you need to transfer the skill of understanding the author's purpose. So you would teach your children about the various reasons that authors write stories. So they might have written a book to entertain the reader, they might write to express, they might write to persuade, they might write to inform. So understanding the author's purpose makes you more analytical and about the story and the book that you're reading, and makes you more aware of why the author has written the text, and you're able to analyze it better. So clearly this is transfer of skills. So the teacher will go through some process to help children understand how to figure out the author's purpose. So, if it is to inform, you'll find lots of facts there, you'll find dates, authentic facts about the topic. If it's to entertain, it would make you laugh and cry and generate emotion there. If they are writing to express, they might have a lot of personal opinion there. And if they're writing to persuade, then they are going to give you lots and lots of reasons to and comparisons to make you understand that this either in favor of the topic or against the topic. So teaching children these skills will equip them to understand the author's purpose better. But once they've got the understanding, they need to move on to an application level. So without understanding, there can be no application of skills or application of ideas. So from understanding the topic, from having knowledge about the topic, moving on to understanding how to address the topic, we have to move into application where children are given platforms to exercise understanding of their knowledge. Now, with application, I cannot but stress enough the importance of creating application platforms within the classroom. Now, when I say application platforms, I mean learning opportunities for children to practice their skills. Because as a Y teacher, you would know that without providing them the opportunity to practice the skills, the children have no, there is no promise of them mastering the skill or even becoming comfortable with the skill. So it is important to provide those learning platforms to children. Now, application goes beyond the basic understanding of the topic. So an intelligent teacher, when she's planning her lesson, would look at the learning outcomes that come through that lesson in a way that she would definitely provide them with the opportunity to practice or have performance-based activities. So when I talk about performance-based activities, I mean that you are providing them with the opportunity to maybe recreate a situation in a story, given that you change a certain element in the plot, or you change the character's behavior in the plot, and make them think about applying the skill of, let's say, creating a character. Then you could move on to maybe acting out a part of the story that you're reading. This way children will experience how the character feels in a certain situation. So you're providing them an in-depth analysis of the character by making them act out the character's role. You could maybe change the ending of a story. That is also applying your skill or understanding of a plot and a resolution, and how that would change the entire story narrative. Designing school brochures, incorporating illustrations or illustrating the story better. All of these are examples of application platforms and performance-based activities where children are supposed to, do something to understand the skill better. So my advice is that, application platforms actually provide children with the opportunity to investigate and explore what they have learned. A lot of times you will discover as a teacher that you thought they had understood the topic well because they said it right, they responded well to your questions, but when you put them in an actual situation, they actually failed to maybe give you what you were looking for. And so as a teacher, Application platforms provide you with, a close interpretation of what your children are up to and what they've understood. Some of the verbs that you can use to create your questions on application for your children could be like, model the steps to something, illustrate the plot of the story, enact a certain scene from the story. It could go on to, designing, modifying, calculating, and on the internet, you're going to find various verbs that you can use to frame your learning outcomes. So your learning outcomes are the most important aspect of your entire lesson. If you think them through and understand that I'm going to transfer the knowledge, or maybe just go review the knowledge that I've shared with my children, there must be a part of your lesson where they are supposed to do performance-based activities. And that is going to maybe, make your entire lesson worthy of everything, all the effort that you've put in, and your children will amaze you with, all kinds of interpretations of what they've learned through that learning skill. So the thing is that with application, it's not just something that children are going to acquire at school and it's just the teacher's responsibility. Application happens at home as well, and life puts children in situations, or adults in situations, that they have to deal with. And without having any skills, you are not going to be able to cope with challenges in life. So teach your children how to face failure, teach your children how to address unfamiliar situations, how to address their anxieties. It's all related to skills. Without skills, nobody can succeed in situations that are unforeseen, unpredictable, and life is full of surprises and challenges. So I think it's extremely important to appreciate that, because, life off and on keeps providing you with these application platforms. And if you're ignorant, you're going to curse the situation, you're going to complain about the situation, and not actually feel excited about, oh, I know how to handle this, I have the skill set, I'm going to be able to manage this. So it's important to appreciate the challenges that come your way, because they're only there to help you grow. They're only there to help you practice what you've learned. And if you do so, you will come through. So it's important for educators, for parents, to help their children understand that every challenge or situation that comes in life is actually an opportunity to grow and learn, and be vigilant about it. So if there is a skill set that you've missed out with your child, you've not taught them how to deal with anger, let's say, then in a situation where they failed because they didn't have the skill set, it's just something for you to understand that you need to work with your child on that and provide them with the skills to how to manage their anger. So life is your teacher, and appreciate that you have that in your life, and that you're able to be nudged every now and then to do your job and to do your role, and take it up as a positive challenge and help your children get through these difficult times, and understand that there is a purpose, there is something bigger, and as long as they have the skills, they're going to succeed. And so next week we move into analysis and evaluation, and the reason why we are moving from one level to another is because the thought process becomes more complex. So we began with remembering, then we moved to understanding, and finally today was application. The next time we are going to look at how analysis and evaluation helps teachers inside the classroom. If you're liking these videos, please do share and subscribe, and your feedback is crucial to me. Do leave a comment if you like something. If you want me to change something, let me know. If there's something you'd like to share out of your experience, then please do so. The YTeacher platform is really just to share ideas. I've been an educator for 17 years, and I'm still a learner. I still look at things, in an inquisitive manner, and I think that sense of query should never leave you. So do ask me questions if you'd like, and keep applying these skills inside your classroom. A teacher's job is really quite tiresome and requires a lot of patience, because change is sometimes not evident. Maybe 1 year is not enough for you to see the change that you wish to see in a child, but believe in your contribution, because that is what is going to make the big difference. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.